Despite being an iconic director, Ridley Scott failed when his film Napoleon absolutely flopped in theaters in 2023, and as it turns out, this misfortune could have been predicted based on the performance of another Napoleon Bonaparte movie that premiered over 50 years ago. At the end of 2023, Scott released his historical action film, Napoleon, starring Joaquin Phoenix. Although critics praised the battle scenes included in the film, they came out rather perplexed by the movie's lack of historical accuracy and its strange tone, which didn't quite come across in the trailer. The movie was a box office flop. The fact that Ridley Scott's Napoleon failed at the box office has a lot of meaning for the director. Since 1977, Scott has been behind some truly iconic films, such as Alien, Thelma and Louise, and Gladiator. Furthermore, Scott has a number of highly anticipated films coming up in the future, most notably, Gladiator 2 starring Paul Mescal. In this way, Napoleon's failings are a dark spot on Scott's record that could hurt his reputation going into the future. However, there is a chance that, no matter the director, Napoleon would have flopped no matter what. Waterloo's box office failure predicted Napoleon. Napoleon's bad box office could have been predicted by looking at the failings of the 1970 movie Waterloo. Like Napoleon, this movie was a historical war film that depicted the Battle of Waterloo, and in particular, the roles of Napoleon Bonaparte and the Duke of Wellington in it. Waterloo was an epic of a movie, with immense battle scenes that included thousands of extras, all of whom were in extravagant period clothing. However, the film was also historically inaccurate in many ways, and not even its star-studded cast could help it surpass its overwhelming budget. In these ways, Napoleon and Waterloo are very much the same, and therefore, it should have been clear that Napoleon would not succeed. Despite being visually well-made with a cast of popular actors, Napoleon's downfalls outweighed its goodness. Its historical inaccuracies and its genre worked against its hefty budget. The same was true for Waterloo. Clearly, Napoleon did not learn from Waterloo's mistakes. Why Napoleon projects keep failing? Joaquin Phoenix wearing a crown in Napoleon. What it comes down to is Napoleon Bonaparte, and more generally, history. Though there are certainly audiences who are interested in historical films, from a box office perspective, the history genre is not bringing in incredible amounts of money. Therefore, many movies about history, and Napoleon Bonaparte in particular, flop. It can ultimately be boiled down to lack of interest. Back in 1970, Stanley Kubrick took this hint when he scrapped his Napoleon biography after Waterloo's failure. Likely, a director would have to come up with a unique and intriguing concept to get audiences interested in a film like Napoleon.